So we'll have a presentation now, and then we'll break for lunch, and then after that we'll have a roundtable on technology accessibility in the classroom. So we'll have a presentation by Mr. Guruprasad, Vice President Business, Mint Book. A big round of applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. I will not take much of the time because next is the lunch. So I'd just like to give a small brief about what Mint Book is all about and what we do and what's the role that we play in the education sector. As told by the earlier speaker, technology integration in education has become an important criteria and is become a necessity too. So where Mint Book plays a role is, Mint Book actually is a powerful digital content rendering solution. See, what we do is, we have, if you take the education industry, there's a lot of contents that is available all across, and accessing those contents at times has become a challenge. Because in terms of internet, if internet is not available, people are not able to access the content, and also sometimes downloading and various security reasons which are there, by which the contents are not being able to access. So here what happens is, the Mint Book provides you the solution where it gives you a whole repository of the content, and it is all stored in a very safe, secured, encrypted form based on which the people can access it using any of the device. Today, not only having the content, but accessing the content is also today which we need to see. That is whether it is accessible using the latest devices, maybe a laptop or mobile. And people are today very so mobile friendly that everything they want it in the mobile. So probably even the children today are moving in that direction. So maybe in that sense, all the technology or the content that are being rendered has to be accessible in the devices which is available today. So when we talk about content repository, it is not only I'm restricting myself to a kind of syllabus content, which is typically deemed as what is called as a content. But here we are talking about books, which can be e-books, can be syllabus related, can be beyond the syllabus. We can talk about videos, which can be used for teaching, which can be used as a teaching tool by the teachers, and also videos which can be used as a learning tool by the students. There could be various journals that you can use, can be made available, assessment tools, and this can cater to all kind of segments, whether it's school, whether it's higher education, research, competitive exam, because everything today, our contents are digitally available. The only thing is, how do we make it easily available and accessible to the people who are going to get benefit out of that? So we also work on various models, which we have the online digital library, which again requires an internet connectivity. Based on that, you can access the various contents that are there. Then we have something where our kind of, I would say, our proprietary kind of a solution, what we give is, we take all the contents from these various publishers and content providers, we aggregate all those contents, and these contents are stored in a small device, in an encrypted form, and this device works in a very simple Wi-Fi facility, thereby it will allow anybody to access the content which is there in the device using any of the device that is having with you. It may be mobile, can be a laptop, can be a tab, or whatever it is. So the typical customers where we are targeting or where we kind of work with are the universities, schools. We have also worked on creating various e-libraries. See, we are not, today most of the schools if you see have implemented or are running smart classes, which is the term which is used everywhere. Smart classes are there at every class, and most of these smart classes focus on the syllabus. But here what we are trying to kind of bring it is integrate the smart class and try to create a proper e-library. Why can't every institution provide some facilities to the children, thereby apart from what they learn in the class, apart from what they learn in the subject, will they be able to learn something beyond as a reference materials, as various things, thereby you also encourage them into reading. So the whole purpose is trying to bring in that e-library kind of a concept in the school, thereby which works effectively. Of course, we have various international and regional languages. India, of course, if you see state-wise, everything is required in a specific language apart from English, so that also we try to provide. We have various academic books, we have various test prep material which are all there. And we do it in 3 different ways. That what I said, one is that online, which is completely going through the internet. Other one would be where I can do it offline, which is very secured, works through Wi-Fi. And other one is create clubs, where people can come together, collaborate, and start learning whatever is there in the repository. Online is simple. It's a cloud-based technology, so everything is in the cloud. The people have their typical login ID passwords, and you are, as a registered user, you can log in, access the books, go through that. There will be restrictions based on this in terms of whether you can download a particular content or whether you want to kind of just view a particular content. That can be also made available here. When I talk about without internet, now another challenge which is faced is that there are contents, but most of the time there is a licensing associated with the contents. Now these licensing, what happens is, will be for a period of 1 year, 2 years, 3 years or so. Then after that, it kind of gets into a regular renewable kind of a system. But here what we are telling is, the content is available, content needs an upgrade, content needs to be updated. But when a content needs to be updated is only when there is a change. In the absence of a change, for example, if I take, especially this is applicable in terms of the syllabus, where if there is no change in the syllabus, why will I kind of keep on changing or updating the content? It may not be really relevant, because the content is basically is a tool, is an aid. So any kind of information that is shared on the content is at the teacher level. So the teacher's role is important and is the most important part. So the teacher can take care of that and try to bring in their style of teaching, and kind of integrate it with the crowd or the student category where they are addressing to, and they will be able to do the needful. So content upgradation, all those things can be on a case-to-case basis if required. Otherwise, whatever the content that is available can be used for the students. So here what we do is, we don't get into the licensing. We are not getting into telling that there are only 10 people who can use or only 15 people can use. Here we are telling that I provide you the solution, thereby anyone, n number of people can access this content, and this becomes your content and you will be using it always. Upgradation can always happen. And also, because it's under Wi-Fi, within a limited range of the technology of Wi-Fi, n number of people can also access this and get the benefit. Similarly, main class, again, this is again the library which we're talking about, where I can have the entire repository, and all the contents can be stored in this, and we kind of provide it to the institution. So if I just want to say that how this kind of slightly better than a smart class, in the sense that yes, it integrates smart class. It's not that it is completely different from that, but here it goes beyond in terms of contents and in terms of where it can be delivered. And again, being a small device which is Wi-Fi enabled, it can be made mobile. You can take it anywhere, place it anywhere, and that area will become a place where people can access the content. So it's not necessarily that you need to go to the place where it is fixed. Actually, this can go to the place where the people want to learn. So it's the kind of the other way around technology that works on. So as an organization, yes, we are at 3.5 years old. We are based out of Bangalore, and we have got a lot of inroads which we have done both in terms of schools and universities, and also we are also part of the smart initiatives of the government. And we are also working on creating various e-libraries in panchayats and various other areas which we are also working on. And we have got a lot of inroads in these areas. And yes, this organization is headed by my CEO, Managing Director by name Kalaivani Chittaranjan. She is basically a chartered accountant in profession, and she is into the education space, where she wanted to kind of do something very, very unique to the bottom of the pyramid users. Because many times, the bottom of the pyramid users are those who are deprived of a lot of other things, because we always say technology is not available there, which is available in a kind of urban kind of scenario, is not there in the rural. So we wanted to break that divide and bring in this technology intervention. So that is when Mintbook has played a role. And we do hope that we'll be able to make more inroads and try to get more contents and make it affordable and easily accessible to one and all. Thank you very much. And I have a stall here with 16, which you can always come and then have a look at, I'll be able to even demo your solution over there. Thanks a lot. Thank you very much for your time.
Thanks, Mr. Guruprasad, Vice President Business Mint Book, for telling us that it's something more than a smart class, right? Thanks a lot. I'll request WES Radhakrishnan sir once more time to come on stage. If you can kindly hand over the souvenir to Mr. Guruprasad. Can we have the memento here, please? Here. A big round of applause for Mr. Guruprasad.